Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Drive CSX, a mobile car crash simulator from Honan Studio, built around soft body physics, currently in alpha at version 0.95. 60 plus cars in the roster, a stack of open world maps to mess around in, full soft body deformation on every impact, and we're going to spend the next 10 minutes throwing some very nice vehicles into some very unforgiving terrain. Starting in the desert. First map, Utah. Red rock canyon walls, turquoise river running through it, scattered cacti. Drive CSX clearly took some inspiration from the American Southwest. Vehicle of choice, the Marathon GND 2001. Basically the in-game G-Wagon. Yellow body, black roof, ultra plate. And previously I applied an anime girl decal to the hood and a menacing red face graphic to the side panels. Building speed across the dirt. The G-Wagon merges onto the asphalt highway. Camera flips to cockpit view automatically right as we hit pavement. Steering wheel turns with the inputs. Dashboard reads cleanly. Then back to chase cam. 200 kilometers an hour on the open road. Beautiful weather. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Yeah, that's not how this works. Veered off the asphalt straight into a ramp-shaped rock at 158. Slow motion kicks in automatically on impact, and this is one of Drive CSX's best features. Both driver's side doors swing wide open on the hinges without ripping off entirely. The left body panels crumple in real time, sparks flying off the undercarriage. Then a full barrel roll lands on the right side, rolls onto the roof, grinds to a halt in the dirt, and the reset button. The car magically snaps back onto its wheels, off the asphalt, down a dirt bank, straight into a shallow river. White water splashing up off the tires, suspension actually compressing as it hits the water, and the car keeps moving. The off-road physics on this thing are surprisingly forgiving for what's basically a luxury SUV. And here's a new toy, X-ray button, top of the screen. Tap it, and the entire car turns into a glowing neon green wireframe. You can see the collision skeleton, the chassis structure, the suspension geometry, all of it in real time while driving. That's a developer tool somebody at Honan Studio decided to leave in the player's hands. And honestly, it's the kind of thing that makes Drive CSX feel like more than just a casual mobile crash game. There's a real soft body simulation under the hood, and they're not hiding it. Trying something stupid. Steep rock crevice, almost vertical. Going for it. The G-Wagon has no business attempting this. Slowing down, stalling near the top, and yep, gravity wins. Slow motion triggers automatically as it falls backward. The front of the car is destroyed, and only now I have noticed that the airbags have deployed. Just another small detail. Drive CSX just turned the G-Wagon into a convertible. Quick map change. Select location screen. Plenty of options here. Drive CSX clearly leaves the testing maps in for players to mess with. Going for water test. Vehicle, Wolf Latrell 80, 50 horsepower, rear engine, 840 kilos. That's an in-game Beetle. Spawning in. Water test map is exactly what it sounds like. This is straight out of a physics engine demo, and Drive CSX just kind of leaves it accessible. Honan Studio is being generous here, driving the Beetle straight into the pool. Donuts in the water, splashes everywhere. The displacement effects are really clean. And then, threw it in reverse and hit some invisible lip at the edge of the pool. The car launches backward into the air, half backflip, lands hard on its wheels, windshield shatters into a spiderweb pattern, driver door swings open. Just goofing around in a puddle, and the physics engine decides to yeet a 50-year-old Beetle 10 feet straight up into the grid map proper. Dirt ramps and that. Massive vertical half-pipe wall, multicolored, looks like it was lifted out of a tech demo. Quick cockpit view, then back to chase. Up the curve. Climbing, climbing, and losing momentum. Slow motion kicks in the second it detaches from the wall, and that's just cruel. Gives you a long, drawn-out look at what's about to happen. Dives grill first into the concrete from height. Front hood crumples completely flat against the cabin, and then it bounces onto its roof and flops back onto its wheels like nothing happened. The Beetle is structurally a war crime at this point, but still drivable. New map, rough road, going somewhere with actual terrain this time. Vehicle, Utah Off-Roader 85, four-wheel drive, 97 horsepower, 1540 kilos. Lifted truck, knobby tires, exposed roll cage. Drive CSX's idea of a rally-prepped pickup. Let's see what it can do. Different vibe entirely. Pine forest, overcast sky, soft, diffused light. Drive CSX nailed the atmosphere on this one. It actually feels Pacific Northwest. Smooth, winding asphalt road, and the off-roader's lifted suspension is doing exactly what it should, leaning hard through every corner. Body roll for days. That's accurate truck behavior. Most mobile racing games would tighten the suspension to make the truck feel sportier. Honen Studio left it soft and bouncy, the way an actual off-roader handles on pavement. Into a dark stone tunnel. Camera flips to cockpit view. Interior has a blue digital display, different from the analog gauges on the Beetle. Each car gets its own dashboard treatment. That's effort. Out of the tunnel, back to chase cam. We're not actually on this road for long. The real point of this truck is what comes next. Off the asphalt, straight into the mud trail. Now this is what the Utah Off-Roader was built for. Deep rutted mud, standing water, the tires digging in, suspension articulating independently, every wheel doing its own thing. This is some of the best off-road simulation I've seen on mobile. The way the truck transfers weight as it climbs over the ruts, the way mud and water spray off the tires, the way the engine pitch changes as it loses and regains traction. Honen Studio clearly spent time on this. Crawling forward at 5-10 kilometers an hour. There's no hurry. This is methodical driving. Pick your line, manage your traction, keep moving. Cockpit view for a while, and the interior detail on this truck is great. You can see the wheel turning. You can hear the suspension complaining. Then back to chase. Long stretch of clean off-roading. 2 minutes of just watching a truck do truck things. Honestly relaxing in a weird ASMR way. And then it goes off-trail entirely, straight into a wide, calm river. Drive CSX doesn't believe in grades steeper than about 30 degrees. 2 minutes of careful, expert off-roading, undone in 3 seconds by greed. Final map of the day, railway bridge. That sounds promising. Vehicle pick, Edge Gentile 16. 485 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, 6.4-liter V8. Black and white police livery. That's Drive CSX's police charger, basically. Let's go ruin it. Railway bridge map opens with a city street running directly under an elevated green steel train track. Heavy shadows from the structure above. Storefronts on either side. There's atmosphere here. Pulling the handbrake and spinning out completely. Cop car off the line. Exhaust flames popping. Drive CSX's drift model is more Hollywood physics than Tokyo drift. Looks great in motion, but expects you to fail it occasionally. Recovering, back up to speed. And here's the setup. Wooden stunt ramp leading directly up onto the elevated railway tracks. Drive CSX really wants you to do this. Up the ramp at 26 kilometers an hour, cresting it, onto the tracks. Narrow as hell. Wooden planks between heavy steel guardrails. Scrape the left rail at high speed. Both front doors pop open. Windshield shatters. Doors flapping wildly. Scraping the rails on both sides. Sparks pouring off the chassis. Major rollover at 59 seconds in. The car rolls onto its left side, slides along the wood. Both front doors shear off entirely. Flops back onto its wheels. Keeps accelerating. The damage model on this game is genuinely impressive. Track extends out over the open ocean now, and the bridge just ends. Mid-air. I think I want to speed up and fly off the bridge. We're picking up speed really fast. And off the edge. Slow motion catches the entire fall. The video cuts out before impact, but we all know how that ends. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed this, and catch you next time.